And we hope you're surviving the heat wave wherever you are in the country, Saluki fans, as we bring you to our final preview before game week next week for the Salukis against the Austin Peay Govs. Today we will spotlight the special teams unit alongside Mike Trude. I am Luke Martin. Mike, this was a group a year ago, some inconsistencies in the kicking game, but the good thing is Jake Bumgart back, Thomas Burks back. Thomas always has had the leg. It's really looked throughout camp that the accuracy has gotten better for both. Both have had good productive days.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's a healthy competition. I think Jake coming into the fall was the #1 guy, and it's up to Thomas to show the coaches that he can do it as well. He's definitely got the leg. He handled all the kickoff duties a year ago, except if Southern was trying an onside kick. He's good at touchbacks. He gets the ball into the end zone the majority of the time. The accuracy is always what has been his little bugaboo when it comes to making field goals. And Jake was, missed 3 a year ago. A couple of them were critical misses. Was not as good from 30 to 50 as he was inside 30, just 6 out of 12 from 30 to 50 yards out. That has to get better if he wants the confidence out of Coach Hill when the ball's on the 30-yard line and it's 4th down to try a 47-yarder.
One of the most overlooked positions is long snapper. Ross Pedro is back. That's a significant deal when you have that common connection of kickers, long snappers, holders with Nick Baker. You can't underestimate that part of the machine is all back and intact.
No, and you can take it for granted because it's just a snap back to the holder or to the punter. But we've watched Ross this summer and this fall, and he's good. He gets it back there quickly. It's usually right where the punter wants it, or the holder wants the ball, and it's a critical part of that maybe 3 or 4 step process with an extra point, a field goal, or a successful punt.
Where do you see Nathan Torney being able to make a step up? Of course, last year his first ever American football game was the first game of the year, but now he's got a year under his belt, so more confidence, more experience for Nathan.
Yeah, I think Nathan would like to average better than 40 yards a punt. He was at 38 a year ago. Punted about 60 times or 38 times during the year. Again, that first game at Incarnate Word was brand new to everybody, and especially to a guy who'd never seen a football game before. But he's pretty good at getting it inside the 20 as well. He's improved on that type of a kick where you end that kick and don't try to get it real high and spirally. So he can be a major force for this team. There weren't a lot of punt returns against him a year ago. Southern didn't have a lot of punt returns either. So in that regard, he's doing a pretty good job.
But SIU only had 3 punt returns for 2 yards. At least from what we've seen in camp, Coach Warner working with the return game, there's a potential there where I think the Salukis could change games on special teams in the return game that just didn't happen enough last year.
Yeah, Larry was a game changer when he was a punt and kick returner here, and I know he wants to do the same now that he's back, and they worked hard at it. And a year ago, I'm not so sure that they didn't work hard at it, but it never seemed like Javon was given that green light to just go, take a chance, try to make something happen. When you only return 3 punts for a total of 2 yards, that kind of gives the implication that the team was more ready to just take the ball where you caught it and let the offense go to work instead of making a huge play. And I think part of special teams is not only making big plays, but turning the field over a little bit. And if you even get a 15 or a 20-yard return every once in a while, that can turn the entire field over for the offense and not mean you're starting maybe inside your 30 every time that you receive a punt.
Well, Saluki football finally kicks it off next week, so the next time you see both of us, we'll be talking about an opponent, the Austin Peay Govs, as kickoff will be right here behind us at Saluki Stadium almost a week from when you see this video. So for my partner, Mike Trude, I am Luke Martin. We'll talk to you next week to preview Week 1.